Hey, you're listening to Marketing Out Loud, a daily podcast where I share advice, stories, and insights to help you build a thriving consulting or professional services practice. To subscribe to the show, head over to marketingoutloud.fm. One of the qualities I've noticed all the successful people that I've met in my life possess. And when I say successful people, I don't only mean that in conventional terms. I mean people who are top performers. That may or may not mean that they're wealthy, but they're top performers in whatever their field is. And one of the qualities I've noticed that they all possess is that they're always learning. They're always learning. They're always looking for new ways of doing things, new ways of looking at things, new ideas that are counterintuitive, ideas that are counter to what they otherwise thought was true. They're always looking to learn new things and to challenge their way of thinking. And I've been thinking about that a lot recently because I think I've kind of, at least right now, I've kind of slumped into a bit of a learning funk. I don't have a good learning routine. And in the past, it's been the opposite. Right now, I have a very strong production routine, but not a very strong learning routine. Or to put it a different way, I have a strong teaching routine through this podcast and other mediums, but not a very strong learning routine. And in the past, it's been the opposite. In the past, I've had a strong learning routine. I've been taking in a lot of information, in a lot of knowledge, gaining new understandings, but I wasn't very good at turning that around and, spitting it back out, for lack of a better term, or teaching that to other people. And teaching is obviously one of the best ways to learn. So it's not like I'm not learning while I'm doing this. I'm definitely learning, but there's not enough inputs coming in at this stage. And I think that's because I don't have a very good routine right now for learning. So I'm the guy, unfortunately, who buys a lot of online courses and dabbles a little bit here and there, listens to a few videos, gets what I think I need out of them, and then lets them sit on the shelf. And I want to stop doing that. And I'm better now than I was before. I used to buy a lot of different things and get very little out of most of them. Now I buy fewer things and I try to get, more out of each one, but there's still room to grow there. One such program that I bought recently is a program called Mental Mastery by Ramit Sethi of IWillTeachYouToBeRich.com. And great program. In this program, one of the lessons was scraping more meat off the bone, is what it was called. And in that lesson, Ramit talks about how top performers, in his experience, through his teaching and through the experience of his students, always get more out of the opportunities available to them than other people. Okay, so top performers, they scrape more meat off the bone than other people do. So they're given the same opportunities, they're in the same program, the same course, whatever the opportunity is, but they manage to get more out of that opportunity. And that really kind of hit home with me because I have a lot of opportunities. I purchase courses. I have opportunities to learn from people and from mentors. And am I getting as much as I could be getting out of those opportunities? Definitely not. There's two in particular that I can think of right now. One is Mental Mastery, where I'm dabbling, right? It's when it occurs to me that I should log in and watch a video, which is usually when I'm in the car driving, then I do it. But there's no routine. There's no real process to take the information that I'm getting out of the course, take the learning, and then apply it to my life. Another one is last summer, I purchased Seth Godin's marketing seminar, which was a big opportunity. I mean, Seth Godin is, if you don't know who Seth Godin is, turn this off, right? But Seth Godin he's the marketing godfather, right? And he put out this marketing seminar last summer. It's still going on. They open it, I think, every season or so, but I bought it back in the summer, and it was, 60, 70 short videos of Seth Godin teaching a certain approach to marketing. And I actually went through the whole thing, so that's a good news. But again, I didn't apply it. I didn't take the learning and actually do something with it. I probably did apply it in some ways subconsciously, but I was very passive in my consumption. I was just kind of watching the videos, listening, and then that was it. Didn't put anything on paper, didn't really engage in the discussion group, and didn't really execute any of the projects or the homework that came with the program. So those are two in particular that I think are areas where I could definitely benefit more from and scrape more meat off the bone. And so one of the ways I'm going to do this, and the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I think everybody needs to have some kind of a learning routine. What you're learning may be different from what I'm learning. That's not the point, right? But as professionals, as consultants, as people who, really need to be sharp. We need to be on top of our game. And what you're learning may be unique to your field. It may be related to marketing or sales or business development or running a business or strategy. You decide what your learning priorities are, but you got to be learning something, because if you're not learning, then you're stagnating. If you're stagnating, you're actually moving backwards and not forwards. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to give myself a target daily habit of watching one video from one of these programs every single morning. So as soon as I sit at my desk, I'm going to watch one of these videos, and they're, about 5 minutes each, 5-10 minutes each. And then I'm going to do the assignment right there. So I've got an Evernote folder for each of these programs, and I'm going to open up a new note for that lesson. I'm going to watch the video. I'm going to take notes on that lesson. So I'm going to summarize what I learned from that lesson. That way, if I want to go back to it, I don't need to watch the whole video. I can just look at my notes and get the key takeaways. And then I'm going to do the assignment. I'm going to apply whatever I've learned there, and I'm going to answer the question, do the homework, do the assignment, or at the very least, if there's no explicit call to action, I'm going to describe how I'm going to implement this learning in my life. And my target is to do that for the next 30 days. And I think if I do that for 30 days, it'll become a habit. And then once I go through those programs, then I go through the next one and the next one and the next one. But that's how I plan on habitualizing and creating this routine of ongoing learning, so that I'm always learning, I'm never stagnating, I'm never standing still, I'm always moving forward.
Hey, thanks for listening. Do me a favor, if you like what you hear, go on iTunes and leave us a rating and a review, because it helps more people discover the show. Thanks so much.